Hi guys, in this tutorial we are gonna see about how to create a responsiveness sign-in page using the technologies of CSS and HTML. Okay, so I'm using the editor of Visual Studio Code. So first of all, I'm creating a new file and then I'm save this file into the desktop. Okay, and I create a new folder. The folder name is that is sign in. Instead of that folder, I create a document. The document name is also same, that is sign in. I'm stored in the format of HTML. So now I'm create a statement that is doc type HTML. So which means the doc type the doc type is an instruction to a web browser about what version of mockup language the page is written in. That purpose of used for doc type, so don't make confused. This is not a tag, this is an instruction to web browser. Okay, so no problem. So now I'm create a tag that is HTML, and instead of that I create a head tag, and I'm create a title tag. I'm give a title name of this page is sign in. That's it. So we have to create responsive navigation bar. So which tag we have to use for create a responsiveness page. So I'm using meta tag. I'm just using a name attribute and give a value that is view port, and I'm create another attribute that is content, which means this is the value. Contents hold the value of viewport. Okay, so content hold the value of viewport. So the purpose of we use for content. So the value is width equal device hyphen width, which means this page adaptable to every display size. Okay, so like a tablet, mobile, laptop, PC, so whatever. Okay, so this page is adaptable to every display size. Okay, so one more thing we have to add, that is initial scale. So this is important stuff. So initial scale is we have to must use just one. Okay, so that's it. And so I'm to write a body tag. So and instead of the body tag I create a division. So before I'm give a ID name. The ID name of division is just I'm give a sign in hyphen panel. So that's it. So I'm create a division tag for label name. So label name is user name. I create another division tag. So for get a input of username, so I'm just using input tag for get a user input. So I'm just using the attribute that is type. So input type is text, and I'm just given name that is user underscore name. That's it. And I'm using out of focus auto focus, which means whenever you load a page, the cursor point is automatically located at this tag. Okay, so I'm using another division for create another label. The label name is password, and then I create another division tag for the purpose of get a password as input. Okay, so I'm using just input type password. I'm give an attribute name that is name. So I'm given name that is password, just password. I think that's it. Okay, no problem. And then one more thing, that is I have to add button, that is input sorry for this, input type is submit, and I give a name that is just sign in underscore btn. Okay, so I think one more attribute we have to add, that is value for give a button name. I'll give a button name that is sign in. Okay, sign in, that's it. So now we're gonna to look out that page, how it will be show. Yeah, now it's look like a pretty good, but we have to add some styles for this contents. So what are the styles? That means font color, and change the background color of a sign in button, and we have to, before we have to align these all the stuffs into the center. Okay, so now and create a style tag for write a CSS code. So I'm using hash, which means it's represent ID, so I'm followed by ID name. So ID name is sign in hyphen panel, so I'm just paste that into there, paste here, and then I'm using position absolute. It helps to it helps to align a content. It's help to align a content where whatever we want on page. So anywhere we can align a content using this position absolute. Okay, so I'm using top 50% and left 50%. So we're gonna do just see what will be happening here. It's aligned, it's not aligned as center, but it's aligned. Why? Because we just wait for we thought that the transform keywords available, the transform attributes help to fix this problem. Okay, so before you use a transform attribute, you just see that what we have to done in a previous code, that is we are give a top 50%, it's like, and then we are align a width, sorry, not a width, left is 50%. Okay, so this is not a width, left is 50%. So you just see that it's aligned like this. If you use a transform, it's aligned perfectly in the center. So we now we're gonna do that. So I'm using transform and using translate function for align this stuff into the perfectly in the center. So I'm using minus 50%, comma, and minus 50%. You just see this is aligned perfectly in the center. Okay, so now what we have to do, sorry for this, we have to change some color properties before I'm using the stuffs for align every division. I make a gap to every division. So I'm using just for a margin top just 10 pixel only. Sorry for this margin. So you just see what happening here. So okay, so it's make a gap between every stuffs. So now what we have to do, that is text align center. It's make every contents are aligned center. You just see. Okay, and then and give color, like which color, you know, it's great stuff. I'm using dark or orange, and font size is 20 pixel. I give font size is 20 pixels. You just see what happens here. Okay, everything is good, and I have to change the button property. So what you have to do, I give ID name to this button, that is sign in -btn. We just copy this ID name and hash followed by ID name. I'm change some attribute, that is background color attribute is, you know, just you see that, just give a light blue, and I'm give a color is white. Just see how, you know, we're gonna have to see how it's look like. Okay, but I'm using change some background color like this. We want to see how it is look like. Okay, no problem. And I'm just give a border is none. Okay, good. Okay, so we have to add one more stuff, that is icons. That means eye icon. Whenever, you know, when you hover a cursor on this eye icon, it shows a password. You know, normally we can't see the password. So we use eye icon. So whenever you hover a cursor on eye icon, so we can see the password. How we will create this stuff? Just wait and watch what I'm doing. So please download these icons, that means eye icon and user icon, from the source of internet. Download, I'm download this from the internet. Okay, just copy this stuff and okay, go to that sign in folder and hold these stuffs into that folder. Okay, so now, you know, just watch what I'm doing. I give ID name to username stuff, that is ID name is just user input. So I'm just give a short form, just user int, Control C, and give a hash followed by ID name. Just watch what I'm doing. So I'm give background. So first of all, I'm give padding left is, I'm just 30 pixels. I'm give just padding left is 30 pixels. You just see what happened here. So it's you know, so now it's aligned padding, and that is 30 pixels in the left side. And then what we have to do, I'm just give a background image URL, you know. So we are using which icon? Go to that folder and see that user icon, user png. Okay, so just you see that user dot png. So now, you know, it's look like so bad. Okay, so now what we have to do, just to give this, and then one more stuff we have to add, that is background size is 30 pixels. Okay, So and background repeat, we have to use one more tag, that is background attribute, that is background repeat, that is no repeat. So to align one more stuff, that is size is, I'm just give it 10 pixels. Now what, how it look like. Okay, no problem. Oh, sorry for this. I'm just give it 20 pixels. So now we're going to see how it's look like. Okay, so now it's look like proper stuff. So now we can write username, we can put a username to the input box, and this icon there instead of input box. So we have to add one more icon, that is icon. How to add that? So this is simple stuff, the same stuff we have to do, but something some like a different, just see what stuff I'm doing. I'm just also give a ID name to this, that is password input, just a short form. Okay, copy this stuff and using a hash symbol and followed by this ID name, and just I'm same stuff I'm also doing, that is padding. Now I'm doing padding right. Okay, so padding right 30 pixels. Okay, so padding right is 30 pixels, and then just see what happening here. Padding right 30 pixels, so it's aligned perfectly. So now you see what it's look like. It's aligned 30 pixel on the left side, and then what we have to do, just write instead of this division, I write img tag for img soc. So the img name is eyei dot png. Okay, so I'm just give a height and width, that is width is 20 pixels, and height is 20 pixels. Okay, so now we're gonna see how it's look like. Oh, what thing is happening here? Oh, sorry for this, I forgot, that is you have to use a equal symbol and double quotes. Okay, so that's it. So now we're gonna see how it's look like. Okay, so we have to align this icon into the password input box. So how we can align? We have to align in left side minus stuff. We have to use a minus stuff. So just I'm just give ID name to that image, that is img. That's it. That is my ID name, and copy this stuff using hash symbol and followed by ID name, and then I'm using left minus 30 pixels. You just see what happening here. Oh, sorry for this. Margin left, margin hyphen left. You just see what happening here. Okay, so now it's aligned instead of password box. Okay, so we have to use a JavaScript for do this stuff, for show the password. Okay, so JavaScript is nothing but this is simple stuff. I'm using a script tag instead of body tag. Script tag is nothing but it's used to write a JavaScript. Okay, so that's it. Instead of that script tag, I'm using ID name. So we have to use a event listener for do this stuff. I'm using this ID and copy this ID dot add event listener finished with semicolon. I'm using which kind of operation? Mouse over. I'm using event listener, that is mouse over. And create a function, just a function, open close curly braces, and instead of the curly braces we have to do some stuff, that is I'm using, that is what we have to show, password we have to show. So what we have to do, so I'm using create a variable, that is where just that is password document dot get element, get element by ID instead of this, and give the ID name of this password stuff. Hold this here, and now you see what I'm doing. So password dot type equal text. Okay, you know, this functions triggered only whenever you are a mouse cursor on eye icon. Okay, so we just see what happening here. So I'm like write a username Krishna, and then I'm write a password like something blah blah blah. You just hover a mouse cursor, it shows what you write. Okay, and then after out a mouse cursor, okay, just a minute guys, just wait. That is we have to create a variable and outside of event listener. So you know why? Because whenever, you know, every time you are cursor on eye icon, it's created a variable again and again, so it's make memory management is high. So that's why I'm created a variable in outside of this event listener. And then you just copy this stuff, you know, you just copy this stuff and paste it. You know, we have to use event listener, that is mouse out. We have to use not a text, password. I have to give this value, so we're gonna see what stuff is happening here. So if you write any like password, so if you just or a cursor on a eye icon, it shows the password, and after out the eye icon, it's hide this stuff, hide the password. So that's purpose of we use the JavaScript. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching.